first of all, let me just thank you for this opportunity to be here with you in your space, speak to your audience. Man, it's going to be a great day, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to bring together and share with your audience so they can take their lives to a whole different level. I try to illuminate a presence. How are you today? You just seem so positive. You want to work on you so that when you walk into the room, your presence and your professionalism and your persona, it illuminates. Helping people to learn strategies and proven principles and to create a shift in their mindset. So you got to change your thinking. Somebody once said your input determines your output and your input will determine your income. So now we got to reprogram this thinking. You got to make some mistakes. You're not perfect, but you got to start working so you have something to perfect.
All right. Greetings and happy new day to you, brother Mike Howard. How's it going today, man?
It's a pleasure to be here. First of all, let me just thank you for this opportunity to be here with you in your space, speak to your audience. Man, it's going to be a great day, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to bring together and share with your audience so they can take their lives to a whole different level.
Yes. I love the sound of that. And I know they love the sound of that as well, man. But let me ask you, before we even get started, man, you're such an energetic guy, so exciting to talk to and to be around. How many people did you inspire already today? Tell the truth.
You know what? It's crazy. Wherever I go, I tell people, I'm blessed that when I walk into the room, even when I don't say anything, I try to illuminate energy. I try to illuminate a presence. Okay? I've talked to probably about 7 people, just, in passing, how are you doing? How's your day going? But the number of people that look and they're like, wow, how are you today? You just seem so positive. It's something about you. It's something about your energy. And this is what I tell people. You want to work on you so that when you walk into the room, your presence and your professionalism and your persona, it illuminates.
Right.
You don't even have to say a word. Right. You've seen some people who have that when they walk into the room, good morning, how you doing? I'm just waiting. I'll be glad when the weekend gets here.
Or they be like, thank God it's Friday.
Yeah. I mean, come on. How about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Right. Exactly.
I got to get the most out of every day.
Yes.
And look, what you're doing right now, helping people to learn strategies and proven principles and to create a shift in their mindset so that they can position themselves and be the best version of themselves so that they can take advantage of these opportunities. This is commended, what you're doing. And I just want to encourage you to keep doing what it's doing. And I'm encouraging you who are listening to this to forward this to everybody because we getting ready to drop some nuggets.
Starting with, you said something, man. You said, how can someone walk into the room and illuminate the room the way you just described? How does one go about being able to do something like that?
Well, first of all, it starts with your inner thoughts, okay? We first of all must change our inner thoughts because once we change the inner, then it reflects on the outside, okay? Now, when you walk around and you have greatness in you, there's a different walk versus when you walk around saying, oh, Lord, why me? I'm just a nobody. I'm just the poor get poor and the rich get rich.
Right. Yep.
God has created you. If you can hear my voice right now, you are a miracle child. You have the ability to create, but it starts with your thinking. Okay, your thinking makes it so. So you got to change your thinking. Somebody once said your input determines your output, and your input will determine your income. So now we got to reprogram this thinking. I know, and I'm not saying it arrogantly. I know that I have greatness in me. I know that I am a child of the Most High. I know that I am extraordinary. You got to make some mistakes. You're not perfect, but you got to work on you. You don't have to be perfect, but you got to start working so you have something to perfect.
There it is. And that's my kind of greatness. I love that, man. I love that. Just like, man, brother, you're so creative, man. Your name is Mike Howard. Mike Howard, the professional public speaker, man. Like, I was reading something about you, and they said that you branded yourself with your name, man. Your name.
And your persona, it illuminates.
Right.
You don't even have to say a word. Right. You've seen some people who have that when they walk into the room and your persona, it illuminates.
Right.
You don't even have to say a word. You've
Right.
seen some people who have that when they walk into the room and your persona, it illuminates. You don't
Right.
even have to say a word. You've
Right.
seen some people who have that when they walk into the room, I said, wow,
Mm.
wow,
Mm.
how? If I can come up with 50 HOWs for success, that will empower people to be great. I want to make it simple.
Mm-hmm.
Three little simple characters. Three little simple characters in my book called The Ways of How, the 50
Mm.
Ways of How,
Mm.
HOW.
Mm.
Simple things, but things that will impact your life. HOW. Here's one. HO habits of winners. Habits of
Habits of
winners.
winners. Right.
See, winners do things that other people don't do. Habits of winners. Here we go. Some people say sometimes we win and sometimes we lose.
Uh-huh.
But the habit of a winner says this: sometimes we win and sometimes we learn.
Mm.
The difference in learning and losing is our attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? HOW, health over wealth.
Ooh, I think that's my
You got
favorite
to
so
take care
far.
of this body. You got
Uh-huh.
to. You got to look. This is the only thing you have to take you through this thing called life.
Yes.
Okay, so you got, and you asked me how when I walk into the room, there's a certain energy.
Uh-huh.
Man, I worked out this morning. I got my workout on, man. I was in there. What did I do there? I did chest. Come on now. I did chest. Come on, y'all. I ain't playing around up in here. Lou App, come on, baby. I ain't playing around up in here, up in here.
No.
I'm trying to bring it.
Right.
So, health over wealth. Drink your water.
Mm-hmm.
Get your vegetables, get your fruit, get on
Mm-hmm.
a plan. I saw they had an aerobic exercise water class going on, and I said, "Wow!"
Uh-huh.
And some of these ladies, some of the people in there, they were senior citizens, maybe in their 70s and 80s, but they were exercising, they were working
Yes.
on themselves.
Yes. Brother,
And
because
then
if
another HOW, let me give
uh
this one to you:
mm-hmm.
hitching our way, which means
Mm.
you got to hitch up. You got to connect up with people who know the way.
Mm. Hitching our way.
See,
That's a deep concept.
come on now. See, when you connect with people who already know the way, that will reduce your learning curve. When
Uh,
you hook up with people who already know the way, that will accelerate your success. When you hitch up with people who already know the way, you will get there faster.
yes.
Hitching our way.
That's like one of the best shortcuts. Absolutely. You see, a lot of people don't know, but brother Mike Howard is also my coach.
Absolutely. And brother,
Because
you are a pleasure. That's why I call you the human
oh
app.
man, and they don't even know, but Mike Howard helped me to discover that the human app, Lou app, the human app, man. I definitely owe that to you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And let
Man,
me
that's
ask
your
you,
brand.
yes, yes. Slowly but surely, it's coming and coming and coming. The human app.
Yes.
The human app will
Yes.
help you to accelerate your
Mm-hmm.
prosperity. You know, the A and the P, like HOW. Oh man, I love it, brother. I love it. You know, you help me with
Yes.
that. You know what I mean?
Woo.
So let me ask you, you mentioned something about mental health, right? You know, so do you believe in mental health, obviously, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why you have to be intentional when it comes to working on you,
Uh-huh.
your mindset. Look, we got a lot of things going on right now in this world,
Yep.
economically, politically. And if you're not careful, it will steal your joy. So you got to work on your mindset every day. You got to work on your mental health. You
Right.
have to intentionally override the negative thinking so that you can override. If you're not careful, you will lose hope.
Hmm.
Okay? You will lose your vision. That's why it's important. This is what I want you to do. Some things that you have to do, okay,
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
order to maintain mental health, okay?
Hmm.
You've got to, number one, surround yourself with people who are positive and empowering,
Yes.
okay? Yeah.
Number one,
See, if
y'all.
you're around people talking about the doom and the gloom, guess what? You're putting kerosene on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next thing you have to do, okay, you have to be intentional when it comes to listening to information like this.
Hmm.
You can take this one interview that we're doing, you're going to get nuggets. You can play this thing 100 times and get something new out of it every time.
Hmm. You know,
The
it's so funny.
first, go ahead.
That's when it's so funny you
Yes.
said that, right? Because I was just thinking, like, People don't understand the power of replaying or rewatching or rereading something that empowered them the first time. Like if it empowered you once, how many more times can it empower you more if you watch it or listen to it over and over and over? Read it again, because the first time you read or watch something, you're going to stop at a point in your mind where it's like, oh my gosh, that really hit home. I could take that to another level. I could do this, I could do that. But meanwhile, the thing is still going. So you're missing
Mm-hmm.
more of it. So that's
Yes.
why it's important to play it over, watch these videos over and over and over again. The same thing with reading, but please continue. I had to
No,
throw
brother,
that in
you
there.
just no. You just dropped the nugget, okay? Because people are quick to say, "Oh, I heard that before. I already know that." No, no, no. With all due respect, when you say that, you're sabotaging your success.
Mm,
Okay? You have to hear it over and over. You may have heard it, but that doesn't mean you're doing it.
mm-hmm,
You have to hear it over and over that it becomes a part of you. My favorite book, the all-time bestseller, the
mm,
Bible says this: faith comes by hearing and hearing.
mm,
Okay? It didn't
mm.
say faith comes by heard. It didn't say it. It says faith comes by hearing and hearing, which means you gotta hear it again and again and again and again and again. You know, do you know
Yes.
how many times I've heard if you do what is hard, your life becomes easy, but if you do what is easy, your life becomes hard?
Mm,
Over and over and over again. So now when it
mm-hmm,
gets hard, I don't stop.
right.
My students who've gone through my leadership academy, I have students that are now, and we had a recognition breakfast a couple of years ago, and they
Mm,
came in through video. These are students who are now physicians, lawyers,
mm,
fighter pilots,
mm-hmm,
entrepreneurs. They were president of their student bodies at colleges like the University of Florida. And they say, I remember Mr. Howard, and he always said, if you do what is hard, your life becomes easy. If you do what is easy, your life becomes hard. See,
uh-huh.
you got to hear it over and over and over and over and over again so it becomes a part of who you are. Don't just tell me I've heard that before. No, you want it to be a part of who you are. So you apply it every day. So when things get hard, in the political arena, you're going to fight through it. When it gets hard, when you're trying to create your business, you will fight through it. When you
Uh-huh.
feel like giving up, you will fight through it because you know if you do what is hard, it'll be easy later down the road.
Kabam. Bing, 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 bing.
Boy, I love it.
Mic dropped
hey,
right
hey,
there.
we what they say? Give me some of those whatever they send up in the air. Yeah,
The
come on there. That's what I'm
fireworks,
talking
the
about.
bullhorn, ding, 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 ding.
The
No, definitely.
reacts.
You
I'm
you
like,
you said you
whoa.
said several things right there that was fire. One that really caught my attention also was how you said rereading stuff over and over, like Bob Proctor, right? Bob
Uh huh.
Proctor says the first book that he got, what's the name of it again? Just slipped my mind for a second.
Was it Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah, Think and Grow
Not
Rich.
that.
Thank you, thank you,
Uh huh.
thank you. He read that book thousands and thousands and thousands of times from the time he
Yes.
got it to every single day. He carries it with him everywhere he goes.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
imagine that? The other thing I was going to say too is that that's one of the differences between rich people and those that are
Mm-hmm.
in lack. They constantly have something to say, like a quote, like rich people quotes, and other rich people, as opposed to broke people, they have no quotes. The only thing they do is say, I know, I know, I know. Like rich people are so humble. They're like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I realized in life is that success leaves footprints by Brian Tracy. He said that, and then they usually following it because they're reprogramming their mind the more they say it, as opposed to, yeah, I know that already. Yeah, I know. I did that already. I did that already. And I'd be looking at people like, how you know that or did that, but you still living that life.
Yes, brother, you just hit it on the head, man. And I just want to piggyback off this too. You mentioned Bob Proctor, and for those who don't know who he is, because I want them to just Google him. But this was one of the most successful businessmen in the world. He was a professional speaker and author. He spoke about creating wealth. Go and Google him. This
Mm-hmm.
guy amassed a fortune, but you need
Mm-hmm.
to Google him because a lot of you are saying, "Who is Bob Proctor?" That's your assignment. Go and Google him and pull some of his information and videos. I mean, you see, instead of listening to the entertainment, the music, and just dancing to the groove
Mm-hmm.
and all that, you get something that's going to help you to grow. Get something
Mm-hmm.
that's going to make an impact on you, on your family, on your legacy.
Right.
That's what you want to do. as we go through this process.
You know something? I'm glad you said it like that, man. For those of you who are either going to do the homework that Mike Howard just gave you to Google Mike Bob Proctor, or those of you that are not, you're gonna have two options at the end of this video to watch two of Bob Proctor's videos that we have that we reinvented right here after this program. So you'll definitely be able to just click on one of those. Absolutely, man. Bob Proctor is the man. He's one of the best people out there in terms of reprogramming your mind for success. You know, it's very important for you to constantly surround yourself, your orbit, with things that empower you, things that keep you focused, things that help you to eliminate the distractions, things that, you know, like when you wake up in the morning in most people's rooms, they have a picture of one of their favorite artists drinking a beer or
Yes.
something like that. And I'm like, you know,
Mhm.
how is that really helping you to propel you forward? Why not have a picture of money in your room? Why not have a picture of, you know, you smiling? You know, why not have a picture of different words like joy, happiness, love,
Yes.
prosperity, abundance? You know, why not have your goals on your wall? One here, one there, one here, one there. So that way, that really charges you to every time you wake up in the morning, every time you go into your room, right before you go to sleep, which is the two most important times of the day to reprogram your mind, right before you go to bed and right when you wake up, to have that right there, to see it, visualize it, feel it, dance with that thought, sing
Yes.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like sing it. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm making 10 G's. I'm so happy and
Yes.
grateful now. I'm making 10 G's. You know what I'm saying? And when you get up and do that, then I want you to know that's my kind of greatness. My
Yes.
kind of greatness. Absolutely.
Bro, you just dropped it. That's why I had to see some thumbs up on that one. Look, I had to say, well, because you are bringing it. You know, you have got to keep it. Look, out of sight is out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Mm-hmm.
see your dreams. You got to see your goals. You got to see, positive affirmations that will keep you in the game when you feel like giving up.
Uh-huh.
I read a book a long time ago about self-talk. Dr. Shed Hamstetter. He
Mm.
said that it takes 11 positive inputs to override one negative input. So you got to override, man, because you're seeing so many negative messages these days. And let me tell you, use this phone. You use your cell phone. You can use this cell phone if you want to, and you can put your images on your cell phone. So every time it comes up, it may have 2 or 3 quotes for you to live by. It may
Mm.
have your vision board as to what you want to achieve in this thing called life. And you look
Mm-hmm.
at it every day. I have my vision board on my phone. So the image, it comes up. I got to see it because see, if you don't see it, you will never be it. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
use the power of visualization. Use the power to reprogram yourself. Get you about 5 powerful quotes, or you can go to my book, 50 Ways of How, get you about 5 HOWs, put them on your wall so that they will be empowering, so you will see them every day. So now when you face the challenges, and
Mm-hmm.
you will not quit.
Right. Right. So how can they get this book? Is that the QR code that's right there?
It's right there. We make it real simple. And it's an ebook. And what happens, you just click on the QR code and you can order it. It's only $12.95. It'll take your payment and it'll send it to your email address, and you will have it just like that. And let me share this with you. I want to share this with you, ladies and gentlemen. This is your time. This is your time to take action. Action TNT today, not tomorrow. Look. People said, "Look, I'm going to make a difference in my life. I'm going to do this." They said that in January. They said it in February. They said it in March. They said it in April, May. And here it is, June. It's time to take action. Time is very selfish. You'll wait on it, but it'll never wait on you. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to start taking action right now. Go and get the book. Start working on your mind, okay? And I want you to stay connected to Lou App. You got to stay connected to his community
The
because
bridge.
this is an opportunity, his brand, because this is an opportunity for you to grow, coming together with people of like minds so
Mm-hmm.
that you can grow, so that you can go to a whole different level. That's what it's about.
As a matter of fact, just to piggyback on what you said how we have to surround ourselves around positive, you know, empowering people. If you happen to not have anybody that you know that fits that description, then here's an alternative. Surround yourself with books. Surround yourself with learning courses, online courses, you know, constantly watch different videos that are helping you to reprogram your mind. You know, I mean, that's one thing that I do. At different points of my life, I may or may not have 5 people that fit that description, but guess what? I keep books around me like Bob Proctor and a handful of other people, Brian Tracy, even Mike Howard's books. And all you got to do is look at them and read them before you go to bed. Just one page. One page is
Yes.
nothing. Or when you wake up in the morning, feed your brain, keep your brain refreshed with powerful, empowering nuggets daily, and watch how that changes your life, your mood, and everything that you do, and the people that you attract, and how when you enter that room, people just respond to your light because now you are illuminating differently
Yes.
than most.
That is so true. That is so true. And then, like I say, you don't have to have an excuse. You have access to books. I talk about this in my first book.
Hmm.
And you tap into other people's information, other people's experiences, other people's knowledge.
Hmm.
Where you say, Mike, I don't have a mentor. I don't have anybody to take time. Write this down. Build a group of virtual mentors.
Mm.
See, with this technology, hey, build some virtual mentors. When I wanted to do some certain things, I didn't
Uh-huh.
know anybody personally, but I reached out.
Right.
YouTube, build some virtual mentors. When I said I wanted to start building my animation characters, Mr. Mike the Motivator, I reached out to virtual mentors, other people
Mm.
who have done it before. When I said I wanted to become a speaker, I reached out to virtual mentors,
Mm.
to see how they did it.
Right.
You don't have to
Right.
have anybody there in person. You can reach out. Let me tell you, with new technology, you can expand your reach. I want you to remember this, okay? Write this down. Expand or be expendable.
Ooh. Expand or be expandable.
Expand or be expendable.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead, Mike. Keep dropping the
think
mic.
about that.
Mike is dropping the mic. Oh my gosh. I gotta keep picking it up. Here, Mike. Here's the mic. Drop it. Boom. Here, Mike. Here's the mic. Keep dropping it.
Yeah, yes, sir. You got to do that. You got to do that.
Yes.
You got to expand your mind. You got to expand your network. You got to
And
expand your thoughts. You got to expand your learning.
yes, I mean, just what you just said, I did the same thing with you. There was a time during COVID that I didn't know how to expand and build and capitalize on being a public speaker during COVID. But what did I
Mm-hmm.
do? I called Mike. I called Mike and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, man. Man, I'm going through it, brother, man. I'm over here with my family every day, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out there and do public speaking, but everything is closed. What should I do? And
Mm-hmm.
Mike, tell him what you said to me.
Hey, brother, I say, look, now's the time to take action.
Hmm.
People are home right now. This is the
Hmm.
time to get to them. This is the time to you. And look, that's when Zoom was coming on the scene. Nobody knew anything about Zoom back then. Look, we thought it was a Lionel Richie song.
Hmm.
Zoom. That's what I thought it was. See, all y'all who too young to remember that, go and Google a song by Lionel Richie called Zoom. Okay, pull it up. See, I thought it was, that's what I thought it was. But it opened up a new set of opportunities.
Hmm.
Now you can do virtual seminars. Now you can sit from the comfort of your home right now. You don't have
Hmm.
to travel. You can do, look, you can come up right now. We can connect. You know, during that period of the pandemic, people wanted to order my book. It was a paperback. I still had to get a payment, go to the post office and mail it. But then I learned about ebooks, digital books.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this is what I did. This one I wrote, The 50 Ways of How. It's an ebook. Now they order it, boom. It sends it to them automatically. And when you
Mm.
get that book, you just flip through the pages. It's
Mm.
there. It's electronic. It's on your electronic device.
Mm.
When you order this, and you will, those who are serious, when you order it, man, it's gonna come straight to your email address.
Hmm.
No waiting. Louis, you remember back in the day when you had to order stuff, on television, they say, expected in 30 days. It took 30 days to get it. Man, we come a long way. 30
Yep.
days. You order
Yep.
something, it take 30 days to get it.
And nowadays, in most cases, as soon as you order it, you purchase it, boom, it's dropped into your email. You could push the link and it opens
Yes.
right there. Unless it's a
Opens
physical
right there.
product, right, opens
It's
right
right
there.
there.
So they could be reading the 50 ways of how in literally 5 minutes from now.
That's
So
right.
listen, y'all, go ahead and get them 50 ways of how and empower yourself, man, because there's so many ways for you to empower yourself that there's no reason for all of us to not be
Mm-hmm.
sitting on top of the world, sitting in your higher purpose. What is your
Hmm.
purpose? Or are you living your greatest self? If not, are you at least on the way? And if not, then why? Think
That's right.
about that, man. Because sometimes, like the first time I moved to Atlanta, honestly, 100%. This is the reason, because I knew I needed to change my friends. I needed to change my environment because everybody who I was hanging around with every day in Miami, man, I'm not saying anything negative about them, but all we did was hang out, drink,
Hmm.
party, party, party. And eventually I had to ask myself, what am I celebrating? I haven't
That's right.
accomplished anything, worked all these back to back to back to back parties, slumber parties for all of my ex-friends well, all of my friends that knew me back then. We used to literally have slumber parties.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, man,
Wow.
time
It's
it was
amazing.
time. It
But
was time.
the growth, when you see the growth and you have, you're like, wow, it's worth it.
Yes.
But you know what you're going to do? You're going to be able to be a blessing to others because now when you tell your story, you can speak from a perspective. I've been there. I know
Hmm.
what it's like. See, you're going to be able to pull a lot of people up because by sharing your life story, hey, you're going to help a lot of other people to
Mm.
accelerate and get out of that rut a lot faster because they're going to say, hey, he did it. He understands. Yeah, I
Hmm.
can.
And
Yeah.
you know what's so powerful about that? Because you telling me that I did it and I can do it, and so can the people that are watching right now.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
everybody watching has some type of a story that someone
Mm-hmm.
else can relate to and say, "Man, that was me. He's talking about me. Oh my gosh, I need to
Yes.
do the same thing as well." So definitely, man. So Mike, before we go, let me ask you, what's one last thing that you would like to leave with the people that can help them to just maybe take at least one increment of a change to better their lives?
Oh man, let's do it like this. Okay. A lot of people are worried about what's going on right now in the world and the economy in the United States. And I want you not to worry about as much what's going on in the White House, but what's going on up in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, in your house, you can control. You can control what you buy into. You can control your income. I know you're saying, well, Mike, nobody's hiring. They don't want to pay anything. But look, with new technology right now, we're starting a group, a community right now where we're going to be sharing with people 6 AI tools they can use that are free
Mm-hmm.
to start a business. See, it's easier now than ever to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is basically 6 free AI tools to dominate and
Mm.
do whatever you're doing right now.
Right.
See, back in the day to start a business, if you want to start a store, it was about brick and mortar. Now it's just click and order. I can show you where you can go and have a web page set up selling products, an e-commerce website set up for free.
Mm.
Let AI do it. It'll
That's
be done in
powerful.
about 10 minutes. See, people don't know about that because they're too focused on the problems, not the solutions. So, what I'm saying is that you got to surround yourself with people who are learning, people who are growing, people who are are in tune and locked in to new technology. Okay, because new technology is here. It's not here to hurt you. It's here to help you. But you got
Mm-hmm.
to take advantage of it because let me tell you what, it's not going to be around long because people are going to see you making money off it and they're going to take it away.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to work on your mind,
Work on your
your
mind.
mindset, okay, your attitude, your mental health. I want you to work on it. And then I want you to surround yourself with people who are continuing to grow. And when you do
Mm-hmm.
that, you're going to expand. And when you
Yes.
expand your network, you expand your net worth.
Absolutely, absolutely. I really have to just piggyback off of something you said about stop worrying about all the things that are going on in the world that you can't control, because the first time I learned about that was when I was reading a book called The Seven Habits of Effective People by Stephen Covey.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Curry. Anyway, he said you have the circle of influence and the circle of concern. Most people spend the majority of their time, life, and attention on the circle of concern, which is just things that just happen. Like, okay, this happened over there in the White House, just like you were saying, things that are happening in the White House, things that are happening overseas, things that you have no control over. But then he said, if you want to really take charge of your life, you need to focus on the circle of influence. things that you can control. Things like you said that are going on in your household that you can impact, control, change, and help to move in whatever direction that you need to move forward, to move in a healthier direction, to move in a healthier direction, to move in a happier direction.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
brother Mike, man, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I was thinking as we was talking here together, man? I think we really need to do more stuff together, Mike. Cause like the energy
Yeah,
that
let's
we
do
have
it.
together, man, we need to connect our
Brother, let's
allies
do it. I
more.
was saying
Oh
the
my
same thing.
gosh.
Look, I
Yes.
can't wait to see this, bro. I'm like, you got me hyped, brother. You got me
I
hyped.
was thinking
I'm
that.
like,
I was
wow.
like, I gotta take notes I gotta rewatch this at least 3, 4, 5 times today alone.
Bruh. And when you get the MP4 file, let me know. I want to post it up on my man. We look and we get all our friends to post it up, brother, because we we,
Mhm.
we we want to give people some hope during these times. That's
Yes,
that
I
that's
agree.
our goal.
I
And we
agree.
want you to realize that the power starts within you. My first book, From Ordinary to Extraordinary, Success Begins Within. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
start out there. It begins within,
Mm-hmm.
inside you. That's where it starts, right there.
Yes, y'all. So go out there, support my coach, Mike Howard. Get that book. The QV code is right there, y'all. 50 hows. The 50 hows. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, the 50 ways of how.
The 50 ways of how. I left
Yes.
out the ways because you have to change your ways so that you could go a new way.
Yeah, QR code. Just go to the QR code. I think it's only $12.95. And man, I'm telling you, it's impactful. I mean,
Yes.
it's an ebook. It's an easy read, but a powerful read. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it will make an impact on your life. The
Yes.
HOWs for success. The 50 ways of how.
Right, right, right. How many books have you read today? How many books have you read this week, this month, and this year? Start empowering yourself, y'all. Brother Mike, thanks for coming out here today, man. We definitely appreciate you. I'm sure the people appreciate you. We got to do a part two. We got to do a part two
Oh, let's
eventually.
do it,
You
brother.
know,
We gonna
no
look. We gonna
major
do it.
rush.
Oh, they look. They
Matter of
they, they
fact,
better watch out. Tell them it's coming. We we
right.
we will do it.
If y'all want to see a part two, y'all write that in the comments. Just write the words
Yes, yes.
part two, and then we'll definitely put that together faster. All right, y'all,
And we'll make
everybody
it
out.
happen.
Yes. All right, to everybody out there, love, peace, and happiness. Stay brilliant, stay working on your greatness, and never quit. Definitely. Mike,
Thank you.
yes, my pleasure, brother. Talk to you later. All right, y'all. Peace out.